Why am I on the side of the road in Kansas City? I don't remember ending here, but interesting. Back. Okay, now why am I on the shoulder here? Hmm. I guess I've never been on this road. This is like 210, I think. It's too bad they don't have the Worlds of Fun over here. Oh, come on. That was a yellow light. I always go in the wrong way. Hello, Freeman. How you doing? Hello, hello. I was thinking about you today. It's like I need to stream GeoGuessr again one of these years so we can catch up with you. I haven't been able to stream that much lately because I was moving and I've been suffering from allergies, so my voice hasn't been really up to talking for many hours. Well, it must be late at night for you. Although, when does the sunset for you guys right now? You have a holiday tomorrow? Wow, nice. Good evening, Coruscant. We're talking to Freeman here. Freeman's checking in. It gets a bit dim, but never really dark. Yeah, I imagine you're pretty close to the 24-hour sun, but you're still not that far north. Holiday weekend sounds good. It is sunny and cloudy here, which sounds kind of weird. I get a little sun right now, but there's like thunderstorms in the area. We get a little bit of rain. The sun goes down for a few hours, right? Do you have like a regular 9 to 5 job at during the week? What kind of hours do you normally work there? At the have you been? And also, have you been traveling lately? 8 to 5. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really back to work yet. Getting close. Had a talk with a friend this weekend about getting a car. So mostly I'm at home all day long and just work at on projects, trying to make a living. It's been pretty slow. It's been a pretty. The last 2 months have not been very much fun. Allergies are still there. Had a couple good days last week, but yesterday not too good. Well, so I started the stream. I was on the side of the road here in Kansas City. I don't know why. I don't remember stopping the convoy last week in the middle of the. So I'm thinking about going to Western. Not going to Western Kansas, Oklahoma, or Texas. Oh, right. I looked at your new truck. When I started tonight, I thought maybe the game spawned me in a weird place. You're going to Netherlands in a couple weeks. Oh man, I'm jealous. Not that much, but I want to go to the Netherlands. I want to go maybe next year or year after. When it's safe to travel again, I want to go to the Netherlands and Iceland and all that. I'm gonna go try out all the Dutch food. Get myself some baked goods and fry sauce. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna rain here in a little bit. That definitely looks like rain clouds over there to the west. The sun was your birthday present when I was 30. They came to my house for my birthday cake when the wife was already in labor. She said no worries, but we were worried. Ah, the son is graduating high school. Well, congratulations to your friend. The twins that I know just finished their first year of high school. Good morning.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Still dealing with a little allergy stuff, so my throat's got a little. I switched over to Benadryl last week from this cough medicine. It made a difference. I could sleep at night, but I still coughing. I get a wetter. I have a wetter cough instead of a dry cough, which is an improvement because you cough less. You have a
You know,
Freeman says I have a special bond with that kid ever since. Learning how to fly planes. Oh, not wow. Yeah, one of the kids is doing a summer internship, and she's learning how to weld, which is something she's been wanting to do for a while. I don't know why, but something inspired that goal. Like she said they've been doing some started learning arc welding. Okay. Which the convoy password is tornado tonight.
right, you had a couple of scary tornadoes near you.
Not was it Monday? Was it the tornadoes happen? Did I talk about tornadoes last week or not?
I think you mentioned them, yeah.
That may have been 2 weeks ago. Actually, it feels like the tornadoes were this week on Monday, but I think it was the week before. Did I talk about the tornado that hit the Chiefs parking lot?
Yes, I do remember that one. But that might have actually been during the week, not last week. Not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I streamed this week, didn't I? No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
I probably
that's
talked about it. Yeah, they were over by a very small tornado touchdown at the football stadium for like 2 minutes. It was like an EF0. They were like they didn't know what to classify it because it didn't really blow anything down except for like one tree. And then the second one happened a few minutes later in Independence. A little more damage. That was the tornado excitement on Monday. These were going to be working a summer job at your company. Oh, nice. Renew your truck license. 5 years at a time. Well, I hope that that's a painless process because I had to get my new driver's license about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and that took 5 hours. But I got the special ID now. But I can't really use it because I don't want to fly anywhere. They're not going to let me come back. Corsi, you get your setup?
I am in game, yes. On over in your direction because there's a gas station there and I need it.
Yep. Over here by the caves. A doctor checkup and a recent photo. Okay. There's no driving test. I think my mom wants to get her driver's license renewed, her ID. She doesn't drive. She's gonna be 91 next month. I had dinner with the parents a couple days ago at their retirement place. I think they like it there. The food could be better. Okay, so you have to do the driving test if you haven't driven in a while. Okay, that makes sense. Americans, the United States has this new thing called Real ID, which is something that they've been trying to get implemented for the last 20 years. This is their big idea for security after 9/11, but it's taken 20 years because a lot of the states have been dragging their feet, including Missouri. So I had to get. It's a pain in the butt. You have to show a lot of documents to get the ID. You can't just like show them your old license. I had to find my birth certificate, my social security card. Those were easy to find because I always keep them in the same place. But then I had to show like two examples of of mail to my address. I had just moved, so I had to like request a bunch of places mail stuff to me, which is kind of hard these days. So many places are paperless. People are scared to visit the U.S. these days. Yeah, well,
But for good reason.
for good reason. Yeah, I would recommend against it. There's Corsi in his blue truck.
Just going the wrong way through here. Don't mind me.
I do this. I do the same thing.
Arrows are merely suggestions.
Merely suggestions. Did you get the link? The the video link?
Oh, I might not have sent it to you.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it. Yeah, I wouldn't visit the United States. You could just come in through the get detained for no reason at all. So go, yeah, go Go visit the Netherlands or other fun places. I was watching a tournament. I was watching a Zigzag YouTube video. He was watching a new GeoGuessr format. I think the what's it called? Sidemen. So it was like teams of players against each other. And one of the guys I know that Zigzag had tutored in a video, and he was laughing because there was a round where they got like Funchal or something like that, and it definitely has a vibe.
Of course, that's a vibe. It is the land of techno pizza.
It is the land of Techno Pizza. Yeah, and then Namibia's out. That coverage looks really fascinating.
Yeah, I haven't really delved into that. Right, so I'm gonna take a look at the jobs.
Yeah, we want to get a job, maybe a job from the underground here. And I was thinking we'd go to Texas, Oklahoma, or Western Kansas.
Let's see.
Gay and trans people. Even tall, scanty women are afraid they'll be thought of as trans. Yeah, they're just like you could get. I've heard about it. Was there some German tourists that got detained for days or weeks? I don't know.
Let's go with, Western Kansas.
Freeman, I from what I hear those stories, I'm like there must have been some sort of guidance passed down from one of the higher departments to all those like people who work customs, because it seems like it's pretty consistent idiocy. You still need teammates for your bridge team in Madeira in November. What? Nobody wants to go play in Madeira. Madeira. Oh, what? How do you pronounce that? I don't know. Uh, 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 uh,
Way out west. Near Valley.
Directly from Trump. Probably. I mean, I think it's mostly that comes from like Stephen Miller. He's the Nazi. He wants wants there to be 3,000 people rounded up every week, regardless of what their status is. Plenty want to play. You haven't been calling up people. Yeah, you've got time. Where would you be going in the Netherlands? Have you seen School of Rock, Corsi?
I have not.
Oh, okay. Jack Black. That came out a couple of years ago. Me and the kids went and saw the musical last night, musical version of that at our big outdoor theater. It was pretty good. It was really good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, they had the guy who played the Frank Black character. Frank Black? What did I say? Jack Black. He was a national. He has national experience. Most of the other people were all local artists, actors, and singers. The town's called Wageningen? University town. Friend is head of the geography section. Oh wow. That's cool. That town is I do not know about.
Let's go.
These cough drops help. You're taking years to remember that town name. That's a hard one to pronounce for this Kansas Midwestern kid, old man. Okay.
Recomputing.
Heading over here to the viewpoint. There's a
Okay,
viewpoint
let's find a
in
new
these,
route.
tunnels.
There's a viewpoint in the tunnels.
Get ready to turn right.
There is.
I think I've done it. I've triggered it.
I have not done this one. I would know because it would be
Yellow.
yellow in the screen.
What is happening in LA right now? Do you want me to talk politics? We could talk about it. I mean, I've been following it. I know that Governor Newsom just
Get ready to turn right.
Governor Newsom just issued a request to the Trump administration to
Turn right.
give control of the National Guard back to him. So that will probably trigger a court fight and constitutional crisis. I was watching a protest earlier, and some people are blocking one of the highways and one of the lanes of the highway, and they're on a bridge. People were driving by the other direction, honking in support. Pretty peaceful.
This is where it ends.
I think it was the LAPD were moving them back slowly. Am I supposed to go in here, or did I drive by it? Hold on, what am I? Oh, okay, I'm okay. You know a little bit about just what you see on the news. You probably see better coverage of it over there than we get over here, because there was been some news reporting about clashes, and there have not been any clashes. I mean, there's been some people throwing tear gas back, but that was thrown at them in the first place. So, I think I saw a video of one kid throwing stuff at cop cars, at ICE cars. That was pretty funny. I guess that counts as violence, but it's pretty minor. And there was one car on fire yesterday, but there was nobody around it, so that counts as vandalism. Everybody else has been pretty peaceful, so I don't understand why I know why they call up the National Guard for a peaceful protest because they want to make a point. Yeah. News spoke about Icelandic woman felt like a war zone. Yeah, they got a lot of police deployed. They had a Black Hawk helicopter flying over LA. I saw something about that. Somebody was tracking that because I normally I follow on Mastodon. I follow the Taylor Swift Jet page. I want to know where Taylor is. If she's coming in the neighborhood or not. Although I've moved out of that neighborhood, but Taylor went to a wedding this weekend. She looked very cute. Her and Jason are very much in love. And he's got great hair. I gotta find it. What am I looking for? A road halt? Okay, how am I gonna get over there? Over here?
I had to go all the way in the back to pick up mine.
Yeah, I'm here in the back.
Zone.
I would say that to understand what's going on right now,
Okay, here we go.
basically the Trump administration, Stephen Miller, want to do a very dramatic, as extreme as possible roundup of immigrants to make it look like they're doing something when they're having problems finding people to arrest that are criminal in the first place. I mean, criminal beyond being having crossed the border or something. That's a civil infraction. It's like an advanced parking ticket, like like being pulled over by the cops. That's a civil. So they want to deport people for a civil offense, no due process. They're also trying to establish that they want to kind of like steamroll due process, and they're kind of pissed right now because they had to return that guy from El Salvador. And they're going to try to throw the book at him and make an example of him. I think the other thing right now is I think Trump wants an excuse to clamp down on protests on his birthday, which because he's going to have a military parade in D.C. It's supposed to be the Army's birthday, but he's kind of co-opted it. This feels like Minecraft here in the... Yeah, so Freeman, this is... This is a reproduction of one of the underground mines in Kansas City. This is one of the older underground. It's a limestone mine, but it's really an underground storage facility. And Kansas City's got like 4 or 5 of those. So they added 4 across Missouri. And this one is right along the Missouri River. And above it, right over here, is the theme park that I used to work at, Worlds of Fun. That's up on the surface over here. I don't know, Corsi, did I sound like I gave an overview that's accurate? I don't know. I usually don't talk about politics on streams, but That's my take.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of biting my tongue, or else I'll say something that'll reflect badly on you. So,
Yeah, I like to avoid the politics. I don't think it's a deflection from the bromance breakup of last week, which was very entertaining and very predictable. But yeah, it does feel like Minecraft. I need to stream Minecraft again. I promised Morodim I would do that. Probably this week. I probably will. It's overdue. I've been doing a little bit of grinding off stream, and I was gonna build a reproduction of the art museum in Dallas, and we talked about that. So that I have started storing materials for that build. That'll happen.
Get ready to turn left.
Um, Xbox,
Turn left.
they had a big game, they had a big announcement day of games that are coming out. The only two that caught my eye were they're coming out with a sequel for Outer Wilds, so there's gonna be an Outer Wilds 2. I've played and streamed that game I think once. And then there's a Grounded 2 coming out. And I'm like, oh, I mean that was a game I really wished I had spent more time on. I only kind of started it.
this is a huge year for new games. There's a lot of good ones coming out this year.
Yeah, I mean I've been impressed with the ones so far. I mean the Claire Obscure is might be the game of the year. And I almost cried in the first hour in the prologue, and hadn't even got to like the main combat stuff yet. So that's a good game. I've been playing Power Wash Simulator off stream this week, and that's been kind of fun to play. It's kind of fun. It's if you like that kind of activity. It's kind of like mindless, I guess. I've been playing No Man's Sky this week. The new update came out. That's really good. I was talking to kids last night. I was asking them what they're playing, and one of the twins plays a lot of Roblox, but the other one said that she's been playing a lot of games on Roblox. That's turned into a rather big gaming platform.
It's been.
Yeah, it has been for. I mean, I have spent money on Robux like 6 or 7, 8, 6,
Turn right, and then turn left.
6 or 7 years ago. I didn't want to do it, but I'm like, I don't want to spend money on
Turn left.
fake money. But I mean, I figured that it was like instead of buying a kid a new game, if they want stuff for like if they're happy with that system, I mean, I'll get them some Robux so they can get something in game, like a skin or whatever they want to do.
I mean, the way I look at it is it's basically just a proxy for real money in that game world.
mean, Roblox has been really good platform for a lot of people who to create their own, for developers of games, including like young people. Talking politics should be okay to do.
Freeman, I agree with that in principle, but it's not so simple in practice.
Freeman says your voice is a low volume. And
And it's probably not too close to the. I should try, like, maybe getting a mic or something.
Yeah, I mean, I've always had that policy against politics, just to have my streams be kind of a space for people to kind of get away from that stuff. Um, and personally, I was always I'm very political person as a young person. So, it's also kind of like a getaway for me too. And plus, it's also, these are perilous times for speech in America, I guess
Keep left,
you could
and
say.
then turn left.
Although,
Turn left.
although the current government is so unpopular, I think people can say a lot of stuff, but they'd like to change that. But anyway, I need to get a webcam here. I had my book club tonight. My book club was rather chaotic. We were supposed to be talking about a recent book on the Dreyfus affair. That's another good political topic. I was not able to get the book from the library, so we kind of talked about it in general, and then we just laughed. We chuckled as the book club host was trying to deal for her dog. She left the Zoom call, went outside with the phone to let the dog poop, and the dog like knocked her phone over, and she had to deal with it, trying to get away and attack another dog. And she got poop on her hand, and she was telling us how the dog has been getting in the trash. He's like a medium-sized dog. And the dog's been getting in the trash a lot. So she got a really expensive trash can for the kitchen that opens with a sensor. So
Keep right, and then turn right.
all you do is you wave your hand over the sensor at the very front of the trash can.
Turn right.
So what did the dog do? The dog discovered that if he put his chin over that sensor, he could open the trash can. Getting close to Stalinist levels? Yeah.
Keep left.
Definitely, that's a really... I would say... it's very Stalinist, very Maoist. With the economics, is more Maoist with the economics side. With the political side, I had to share the meme last week of... I don't know if you guys are familiar with the old meme image called "The Commissar Vanishes." It's a very famous case of when Stalin. There was a photo of him with the guy next to a river, and then there was a falling out where he must have purged the guy, and the photo was like they had to get a
Left, and then turn left.
back in those days they had no Photoshop. They had to get a person who could retouch the photo to take the guy out of the photo. So that was the bromance breakup last week. Commissar vanishes.
Keep left.
Here we are in beautiful KCK. Home of NASCAR and Sporting KC. And the Kansas City Monarchs minor league baseball team.
Keep left.
Oh, this reminds me. I need to find. It's funny. This game actually at this point I need to go find a bill to pay. I actually owe some money on a bill to the Turnpike. Got kind of lost in the move.
It's not one of those texts they send out. Oh, you owe money on your Easy Pass.
Yeah.
That's a scam. I got like 4 of those.
We got a letter from the state of Kansas, so I can just go to the website and pay the $12 or whatever it is.
So they have now officially announced South Dakota
Oh, they did. Okay.
as the next state that they are working on. And there are a couple of
Keep right,
screenshots,
And then turn right.
Yeah.
and you'll be pleased to know that the Corn Palace is
Turn right.
going to be included.
Okay, that's important. I assume they'll probably do Mount Rushmore, but the Corn Palace, that's my personal preference. You got to add that because South Dakota, otherwise does not have the most. They don't have like any real big cities. I don't think. Oh, $4. I was talking to a friend the other day, and I mentioned American Truck Simulator, and I was talking about the the toll road in Oklahoma, the Indian Turnpike. My friend is a driver for one of the major delivery companies, so he was out making deliveries and talking to me. Kind of bailed out my butt this week, so I really appreciate that. I don't think he probably doesn't watch the stream. I was in danger of losing my storage unit. I was a month behind, and this friend came forward and paid the bill. So I just want to get back to work. Well, with the delivery or driving, and then so I can focus on my other jobs. I got some art that I'm working on. I'll probably later this month I'll be streaming some art streams. I got several watercolors I'm working on. Eventually, I want to get a camera and do some live streams. Maybe go visit a restaurant or go visit something in Kansas City. Stalinist, Maoist, Castroist. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm familiar with all that stuff. A hoaxist? Is that a fan of the Albanian leader? Was that the leader of Albania?
Yeah, I think it was Albania.
Enver Hoxha? Was that his name? That would be my God, that person would be like a museum piece. I'm in my faction of one. They mostly hate each other. Yeah, that's pretty normal. I don't miss it. I do not miss that stuff at all. It's really funny because like these people probably have a lot in common, but they gotta like fight over really obscure issues. It reminds me of Gulliver's Travels. The section in Gulliver's Travels where the Gulliver visits the land of the big Indians versus the little Indians. It's like a city where there's these two factions that kind of argue with each other incessantly about whether or not you should open an egg. Should you open it? Should you break an egg from the small end or the big end? A boiled egg. What do you do? Little small end or big end? Of course, I don't think many people. I tell people that Gulliver's Travels is a great political satire. Most people have never read it. They're familiar with like the cartoon stuff about like Gulliver's, Lilliput and stuff like that. But it's a really it's a brutal political satire.
I have never read Gulliver's Travels, but I am familiar with Dr. Seuss's scathing Cold War commentary known as the Butter Battle Book.
The Butter Battle Book?
Where the two sides are involved in a weapons escalation over whether or not the bread should be buttered on the buttered side up or the butter side down. So a very similar concept.
He may have gotten that. He may have gotten that from Gulliver, from Swift.
Probably.
I've not read that book.
Definite Cold War overtones.
Yeah.
It ends with each side inventing like a little bomb, and they're gonna drop it, and it ends with who will drop it? Will you or will he?
Oh yeah.
We'll see, and that's the end.
Oh wow, yeah. It's an interesting case going on now about the MIR group. It was a Soviet faction. Some old guys are still in it, I find an attempted coup going on. They own property in downtown Reykjavik that now is very valuable. So there's a big fight about it. It was bought with Soviet money in the 80s. Okay. I was going to say, there's a lot of like very old communists from that era that have money. And mostly, from what I understand, it's mostly just a example of your average person in the West accumulates money over the course of a lifetime. You know, so you get to be older, you often have a house, have acquired a house or property. Well, at least in the older days. These days, of course, housing market is crazy.
Keep left.
What would we like to explain the Soviet Union to like anybody under the age of like 30, 35? You frequented that property in the 90s. They even had a movie theater showing Soviet movies where they watched War and Peace. A 9-hour movie or something. That would have been, you know, there were a lot of cool places like that created by groups like that in the 20th century. Did they show the original Soviet version of Solaris? You were in the Soviet faction? Yeah, it's real fascinating what we learn about that era years after the fact. I was like the other day I was like kind of like trying to wrap my head around the fact that it felt new to me that to read to just that it felt just kind of like I'd never really thought about it that the Berlin Wall was not built until like the early 60s. My brain was telling me it was built like right after World War II. Pet Battleship Potemkin, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, valuable property. So they got to sort out like the ownership. Yeah, it's always kind of weird. I've had the opportunity in my lifetime to talk to people who knew historical people from or like the early 20th century. My organization owns it. I would imagine, from my, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point some other people who knew about the value of the property joined the organization to try to get control of the organization. That's typically what happens with those situations. We are in western Kansas, Hays, the land of the roundabouts.
Fortunately, we are not taking any of those roundabouts on this journey.
Yeah. Haze discovered. Mirrors Oh, like the space station. Oh, that mirror. Ah. Not MIR, mirror. Aha. Okay, that makes more sense as the name of an organization. I thought it was an acronym for something. Like Marxist International League. Or no, not League. What would it be? R? That is what is happening. The organization has its rules about member and voting and stuff, but most of the members are dead, so ripe for a takeover. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, usually organizations like that have rules and all that, and like, kind of like have a poison pill defense, so they can prevent like a hostile takeover. But in a situation like that, yeah, with a lot of the members dying off or leaving the organization, and then I would imagine what property in Reykjavik's pretty pricey because everybody wants to live in Reykjavik. Mir. I think about that stuff and like I'm like, oh my god, I'm so friggin' old. Figure we'd be back on the moon by now. We've seen, there's actually been a bunch of probes that have landed on the moon in the last year. It's also an acronym, so in Icelandic, so an extra clever name, Minningarfirðir, Islands of Og, okay, which later changed to Ruslands. Oh, okay. They had something named after Soviet Union? There was a funny, I think it was like Borowitz fake article today said that it's fake news story that Greenland offered to send troops to help Los Angeles, the people of Los Angeles.
Be nice if someone did.
Cultural Society of Iceland in the Soviet Union and became the Cultural Society of Iceland in Russia. Okay. Boy, that's a long name. It's like you try to plug that into Google Translate, it comes back at you with an error message. Do you really want to translate this long Icelandic phrase?
Keep right, and then exit right.
The Soviet faction, they got money from the USSR, yeah.
Exit right.
Was there some news the other day out of Western Iceland? Was there like a landslide again? Did I see that somewhere?
Get ready to turn right.
Don't you have relatives living over there, Freeman?
Turn right.
Colby, Kansas. It's very quiet and dead, like Western Kansas would be at 3:08 a.m. on a Thursday.
Go straight on. Go straight on. Go straight on.
Back in the USSR. Oh, you had some landslides because of the weather. Okay. Yeah, the East Fjords. Yeah, that's what I saw. 3 degrees Celsius at the moment. It's pretty chilly.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Even for Iceland in June?
Turn right. Get ready to turn right. Turn right. Finally, we are here.
You had a heat wave 20 to 25? It's been cooler here in Kansas City than normal. We haven't had we've had less than like a couple days that have been above 90 F Fahrenheit. Very chilly.
think in my neck of the woods, it was one of the coldest days on record.
Really? For you guys too? Yeah. I am going to take a break here. I gotta get some. I gotta do the bio stuff. Get some liquids. Corsi, can you pick a route to Denver or somewhere in Colorado?
All right. I'm gonna try to park this thing first.
Okay.
But I got a bit of a tricky spot, but we'll see if I can do it.
Time to sing some sea shanties. You are out of mead. What? This is a crisis. This has got to be a crisis. You are out of mead. This is like the most existential Viking problem ever. You are out of mead. You never have that problem in No Man's Sky or Minecraft, but you are out of mead. Okay, I think I'm just gonna sit here in front of the fire and be sad about my lack of mead, pondering, what do I have to do to get mead? I'm just a sad Viking. I have no mead. Oh my god, it's like, oh, look at all the, oh, there's a car flying in the air, just crashed over there. Oh my god, it just like got thrown into the sky. There's another car landing. It's raining cars. Not raining men, it's raining cars.
I don't know what happened there, but it was absolute.
Oh, I just kicked it down.
Inside, hurry! We don't have much time.
Yeah, just kick it down. I failed on my strength check. Wow, it's like, whoa, holy cow. Okay, 1 minute we're like, oh, it's a beautiful prairie. Nothing going on over here. It's a great prairie. Next minute, oh my god, what did they build? Where did my prairie go? This is not my prairie. Bring back my prairie. Prairie pirate is lost. I want my prairie back. Please bring back my prairie. Prairie. Blah. He loves the mushrooms. I love the mushrooms. Look at his eyes. He's looking at those mushrooms. Very tasty. Yes, yum. Very good. I love the mushrooms. Yes. Very much. Fish? No, no fish. No fish from prairie. Fish, plankton from the sea. Not afford to live in this town. I'll be here all night with the Bad Fjord jokes. With the Arctic Arctic Dad. Arctic Dad Fjord jokes. There they are, the Hallmark couple. Patiently waiting for me to leave town with my bad fjord jokes so they can get back to the... A crystal ball? Human behavior for dummies? Of course Karen has human behavior for dummies. Of course. She's probably got a personality test or two for us, too. Is there a plan for that room? Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's just a little like... That's the coat. That was the chat. I think that was the coat room. Now we're on to the... Oh my god. The bigger build. I don't know. It's pretty huge. Cat? Cat, are you gonna drive? You taking over my seat? You gonna drive the truck? Meow? I don't know if your feet can reach the pedals. You can probably use the... You can probably paw at the steering wheel.
I want cat cam.
Cat cam. Ready for cat cam? Frankie? Gotta go rescue the teams. Rescue teams for the ewes and lambs. Wow. Okay, Cat, I need to take over. What do you say, Cat? Do you talk to chat? Meow? Meow? Cat, the cat got your tongue? Meow? Speak up, Cat. This is the gray cat. Okay, Cat. The Russian blue mix.
Drive safe.
All right, it is morning in Kansas.
Turn right.
There we go, on the road again.
Go straight on.
You find a cemetery there, Corsi?
I did.
Oh, it's right over there.
I was just looking to see if you can make out names on the gravestones, and you can. Someone goes back there, you can.
Go straight on.
John Doe.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right. Get ready to turn left. Turn left. It's all over now. Time to hit the road.
Bum, 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 bum. Hmm. Colby Cemetery. Yeah, we're supposed to get. Where's the photo? The district court. Oh, it's over there.
Yeah, that's the, apparently the Thomas County Courthouse. Very nice building. Gonna have to include that one on my map.
You said you were able to read the gravestones? Oh,
Most of them, no, but some of them in the back, you can kind of see a name on them. I think there's a Walker and a Smith or something.
oh, these bigger ones. Hmm.
Turn right.
Choo choo Charles.
Are the gates not going to go down? There they go.
Wait, Loss is the road. Back there, goes around the cemetery, and then loops back through here.
What? Is there a secret road?
Secret train tracks.
Ah.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left. Go straight on.
That's interesting, Freeman. There's some other countries like that that have a lot of women on the like in government. I was the other day. I think somebody was talking about Rwanda has a big percentage of
Left,
women in
and
government.
then turn left. Turn left.
I know the Daily Show. No, it was Late Night with Stephen Colbert the other day had the former New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda. She was interesting. I've been reading this book for a couple months now. I've talked about it on stream. Called The Dawn of Everything by the David Wengrow and David Graeber. David Graeber is a late friend of mine who's an anthropologist who died a couple years ago. So his book came out posthumously. David Graeber was he was co-founder of Occupy Wall Street. But I was
Go
reading,
straight on.
there was a chapter where they were talking about matriarchal societies
Go straight on.
in human history and prehistory. And they said they found that there's like very few examples of matriarchies where like the government is run by the women. But there's a lot of like evidence that a lot of societies women had very much equal power with the men,
Keep right, and then turn right.
or like had a lot more, even more influence than the men.
Turn right.
I learned about some of that, like during the the Renaissance period. It would often be the women who were in charge of like finances and stuff,
Yeah,
because men had to actually go out and work.
yeah,
So while the women took care of the home, part of that was also dealing with all the financial issues.
yeah. Yeah, I think there's a lot of interesting stories out there. A lot of native societies, a lot of societies over time. Notably, like in America, North America, like Native American tribal nations, where there was like a governing council of men, but there was like a women's sort of council too that could veto men's decisions. That varied by tribe, and by time of the year too. It's very fascinating. They also make a really interesting case about women in prehistory being some of the first scientists. because they were doing a lot of innovative work with like pottery and agricultural, like developing new food varieties, like crossbreeding, stuff like that. Not crossbreeding, but developing stuff we take for all the food we take for granted now. Right now, I'm reading a section about Mesoamerican history and Ukrainian cities that people don't talk about that have been discovered. There's a lot of like prehistorical Ukrainian cities. The other thing I laughed at, I was reading it, and they were talking about how it's quite normal for humans to dislike family members. That this is kind of a universal facet of human existence. That it's always been very welcome to colorful Colorado. And they point out that there's a lot of evidence that throughout human history, people have traveled a lot more than you think. And people would just like leave one tribe and go to another. Maybe one that didn't even speak their language. There was like a lot of travel in North America, around the rest of the world, even like Australia. Like the Aboriginals, people had pretty strict systems, kinship systems, but they were also, people would like just go adventure and go off and just kind of leave people behind, just go off to new things. And they made the argument that modern society, that humans are very much like, we live very close to where we grew up or where we live. We don't really move around as much as our ancestors on a daily. And like so many Americans like never move away from their hometown. Prime Minister, President, Bishop, Head of Supreme Court, Foreign Minister, and more. Those are all positions in Iceland government held by women. Okay. Your party got wiped out. Well, better luck next time. Oh, that's cool. The radical feminist movement of the 70s and 80s. That must have been interesting. The Icelandic women's strike in 1975, very famous. Oh yeah, because I remember I've read about you. You've either talked about it or I've read about that.
Don't they still do that? Like they take off part of the day, like proportional to the pay gap between women and men.
Recent documentary, okay. Well, if you remember in the morning, share it on Discord. I'd like to take a look at that if it's online. Yeah, so the book, they talk about that there's very few examples of a matriarchal society where women control all of government, but there's a lot of examples where women had a lot more control than men even, or dominated politics, like, day-to-day politics. Meow. They left work at a certain time? That's interesting. Meow.
I thought they do that like every year in Iceland. Perhaps it's on International Women's Day.
Would it be like in March? Is that March? What day is that? March 11th? I can't forget what day that is. Early March. Kit Carson. We're in Colorado. We went to see the School of Rock, as I mentioned earlier, last night at Starlight, the outdoor theater here, and we got tickets from the kids' auntie, and she was at Red Rocks this weekend I guess it's in Denver. They were seeing that's the very famous outdoor amphitheater. They went to I think it was Big Head Todd. Is that the name of a group? But they also had Cracker and Cheap Trick.
Keep left.
Cheap Trick was one of my favorite bands as a high school kid. I've seen them play like briefly.
Finding a new route.
I saw them at the theme park and they played like 3 songs and they canceled because of the rain. Wage gap is much less now, but still exists. Yeah, over the course of my life, I've worked in several professions that were very feminized, that had a lot of dominated by women, and several professions that were dominated by men. So it's been very interesting. And even in those professions, like in library, women get paid less than men. I think that's, I don't know, I haven't seen the stats lately, but because the problem with the library,
Keep left.
libraries in the United States, they would always there's a tendency to, the men that were librarians, they would bump them up to be heads of libraries, library systems, or like heads of like major libraries. Uh-oh. We got a glitch here. Gonna crash? I lost. Okay. Corsi, did you get kicked out of the convoy?
I did.
Remnants of the gap are not easily fixable since more men keep working overtime heavy jobs like truck hauling. Yeah. Some women driving trucks with less than 10%. Yeah, so I've worked in library science, tends to be more of a women's profession. Web IT and web dev is mostly male dominated. Fine arts is more women dominated. contractor, sort of like handyman, home construction, painting, mostly men. I think that might affect the wealth in this country too. I mean, a lot of like middle class people get more wealthy because they're in like home construction industry. So if you're like a plumber or run a plumbing company or build houses, I think a lot of those mostly guys that are doing that. And all right, Freeman, you've worked both as a librarian and a truck driver. Nice. No, just kind of like
Ready to roll. Rerouting.
of course he ended up farther ahead of me.
Keep left.
Just one out of the way station.
You're just one that does the work that needs to be done. Yeah. Yeah, I sympathize with that view of these things. I think tomorrow I might look for, see if there's any library jobs that are open around town. My father the other day asked me, he said, why can't you go, can you get that job that was available with the one library that ran all the computers? So I'm like, yeah, that was a couple years ago. That would have been a fun job. I definitely could have done that. Library jobs don't pay as much as IT, but yeah, I've been applying for some IT jobs. I know I'm not going to get anything because of the ageism out there, and plus the fact that job market is swamped right now of IT people out of work. Which is mostly due to, some recession fears, but a lot of AI crap. You were a high school math teacher for 3 years? Cool. One of the twins is in summer school, and so she's working on her math, her algebra. Her sister is helping her, and I understand that she got a B on her test last week, so I'm very happy to hear that. She posted an algebra problem as her, Discord status, and we got a big accident over here. Let's take a look. What's going on?
A couple big accidents over here.
Helicopter here?
So the police stopped that car. We got an accident over here because the truck turned into that car while they were doing some neighbor logging.
You didn't have a teacher's license. Substituting? Or just...
Keep left.
Yeah, I did, most of the library jobs I did were tech related. When I first started off as a librarian, I did work public services. I did some reference. Reference was I was probably the best in my class in reference. But working the reference desk was kind of stressful to me. I don't mind talking to people, but I felt very stressed out because, like, whenever there was a line, I felt like I had to, like, rush through,
Keep left.
helping out one person because there were other people waiting. Now people just ask ChatGPT and get wrong answers. Oh, so you were pursuing stuff to get a teacher's license.
Keep right.
Oh yeah, every day.
Keep right.
Or 3 years. Yeah, it's a tough job. I have a lot of friends here locally that are teachers. The person who gave me the tickets for the musical last night, she was a teacher of the year in her school district. Teaching math, I think, I would see that as a big challenge. Although, I guess if you know math really well, it'd probably be fairly easy. I don't know. I mean, it's just a shame that so many of us don't like math, and you know, have problems with it. I got up to pre-calculus in high school before I dropped out of math. I wanted to go into science. My goal was to go into sciences, but my teenage metabolism sabotaged my math career. I had first hour pre-calculus my junior year. I was on schedule to take calculus my senior year. Program like computer coding, I've discovered has some math, but it's like mostly sequences, mostly like
Keep left.
what did you what kind of college did you do?
Not much, regrettably. I did 2 semesters of community college, and that's it.
Yeah.
Never went back and finished.
Recomputing.
Bum. Freeman, you were in preschool season for the first time in September 2001 when a certain event took place. The means of teaching me what to do were taken over by watching TV. Wow. Yeah, that was a very interesting day.
That day coincided with my stint in community college. So I remember where I was when I found out about
Keep
it.
left.
Yeah, I got there's my story for that day. There's a lot of it I
Keep right.
just really
And then
can't
exit right.
I can't discuss on stream.
Exit right.
But I think I've talked about my experiences with it living in Washington D.C. My job interview got canceled.
Keep left.
I was actually going to interview for a job in a building right next to the White House that day.
Keep right. And then turn right.
It was a bizarre day.
Turn right.
A few days later, you're standing in front of a class of 16-year-olds teaching them maths. I was in Washington D.C. at the time, working for Science Magazine, working for the Science Association as a webmaster. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, no. I had left that job in March. I've been applying for jobs and have been unemployed.
Get ready to turn
And
left.
the job I was supposed to interview for that day was supposed to be like a guaranteed hire because the one of my friends worked there and had put a word in for me. So all I had to do was show up. But with what happened, delaying the job interview for several weeks. By the time I interviewed, they had made a decision to change the nature of the position. So yeah, then I was unemployed for several more years until I moved to Kansas City because I was evicted. So there's a good example of ripple effects from a world event. You think you did okay? Consider very good at teaching the students who were lagging behind. Lopta, hello Lopta, how are you doing? They done gave your job to a robot?
Keep right, and then turn right.
My job or Freeman's job?
Turn right.
I was in 2001 I was out of my web developer job, and that's when I started my current freelancing was that year. So I actually have the same job technically that started that right after that event. So that's been my career, ironically, for nearly 25 years. They got robots for fixing robots now. All the bloody jobs. Yeah, I think we got next couple of years we're gonna see a backlash to the AI scam and grift. That stuff doesn't work. I mean, that stuff does not write code.
Saw something today about their they came up with a program that is supposed to interfere
straight on.
with how the AI models get programmed on pictures.
Yeah.
So you can they call it poisoning their pictures.
Is this something new, or because they had something like a year ago that was purporting to do that kind of thing?
This is something I just saw.
Okay.
I mean, it might be outdated, but I just saw it today.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, they called it poisoning the pictures. It was like very subtle changes that the human eye can't pick up, but it would ruin the AI's algorithm for
Keep left, and then turn
how it
left.
would be trained. So they trained
Turn left.
the AI on pictures of dogs, and eventually they got it to the point where the AI would produce pictures of cats.
Yeah. Okay.
This is where it ends.
You could probably monkey around with the underlying bitmap, the code. You know, I was watching. I've been watching some streamers stream the new Dune game, and I was reminded that in Dune, the Dune series, that they have they've deprecated the technology is kind of backward because they ban some computer technology because at some point in the past, they had human civilization had developed an AI that took over. I just don't. I don't. It's been so many years since I've read that book, any of those books. You made up some rules and simplification that would have terrified the math purists, but you got the job done. I don't know. My impression of math was that there's a lot of like just basic patterns and methods for doing things, for a lot of things. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I'm always curious about that. Like I've done Khan Academy online a couple years ago. That was kind of helpful with some math, but I never really got to the advanced level.
My impression of math is simply, I don't care how you do it, as long as it works and you get the right answer.
Yeah, exactly.
That said, the simpler the way you do it is, the better.
Let's see. Do you want to go south or Nebraska or go west? We could go to Santa Fe. Or, I don't know. It's up to you. What time is it? Yeah, we got another hour.
Let's take a look.
You
See.
been a long time since you read Dune. Yeah, it's like kind of like Battlestar Galactica. The premise behind Battlestar Galactica is that the ships aren't networked. There's no networking between ships. They got computer technology, but there's no networking. You know, there was a my Facebook feed has been filled up today with photos of what is her name? The actress with the big eyes that played. She was the star of Queen's Gambit, the chess movie. What's her name? Anna? But there's a bunch of pictures of her, like in LA, spotted with the copy of Dune. All right, Lopta, we'll see you in a bit. Good luck with those tech issues. I'm going to hydrate. Corsi, you can choose the next run. Mishka, you gonna lick your roommate? Oh man, I'm so tired of these allergies. So where are we at? We are in Fort Collins.
That is where we are.
Anything going to Santa Fe? Roswell? We haven't been to Roswell yet.
Roswell?
Fruit juice. Take some fruit juice to the aliens.
Roswell could be fun. Yeah, we can do it. Roswell. Want to pick that one?
Yeah, I took it. Good night, Freeman. Sleep well. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Here we go.
Good night, Freeman. Fruit juice to Roswell.
Finding a new route.
Oh, I need gas.
Okay, let's find a
Yeah,
new
I do
route.
too. We'll pass a gas station on the way out of here.
Very good.
Turn right. Keep left and then turn left. Turn left. Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Nice farm out here.
Some horses. Got a dog over here just waiting. Or pair of dogs. Hello, dogs.
It's too cold.
It was a nice ride.
Just the dogs. That's how I roll. This guy over here, he's
Time to
looking
get the
pretty
job done.
sus.
Is he breaking into that car?
Oh, it looks like he's got like a sponge or something. Guess he's washing the car. Supposed to be, anyway.
Oh, okay.
All I saw was, from this angle, was he was lurking suspiciously over by it.
Looking kind of sus. Hello, dogs.
It's a lot of fruit juice.
Roswell needs fruit juice. The aliens have demanded it.
Just as long as mine.
Oops. I was trying to say, they were saying my audio was out. That's why I crashed. Trying to fix it. We're taking the juices to Roswell for the aliens. The aliens were saying, take us to your orange juice and other delicious citrus fruit juices.
Just imagining mine is fruit punch.
Oh, that's what. Okay, what's you're hauling fruit punch?
Good quality fruit punch made from fresh squeezed fruits straight from the farm.
Get ready to turn left.
It's not that. It's not like Hawaiian punch or anything like that.
Turn left.
This is good stuff.
Hawaiian punch out one of those old cylinder cans.
Yeah,
Remember those?
I do remember those.
Saw a photo of those the other day on this Facebook group I'm a member of.
Remember High C
Yep.
Ecto Cooler?
Yeah.
Got the Slimer from the Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah. Although I think that probably came out after I was probably in high school or college by that point.
Yeah, that was my childhood drinking
Uh,
that stuff.
Ghost-
Elementary school out of the
right.
boxes.
I think Ghostbusters came out like 84. All right, where's that gas station? Yeah, I joined this Facebook group that was popping up in my feed a lot. I finally joined it. It's called Greasy News. So it's just a lot of photos and stuff, historical photos of fast food restaurant food and stuff.
That stuff's fun to look at.
Keep left and then turn left. turn left.
That Aaron is not lined up conveniently to
Oh, I
me.
know. I'm plotting my assault on the. Trying to clean my mouse.
So it's gonna go like this.
I did that. Oh, yeah, you did that. I remember doing that last year.
Block the whole road for everyone else.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Cats, what are you doing? Playing? It's like frisky time for you guys? You gonna do a sneak attack on your roommate?
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Keep on trucking.
keep right, and then exit right.
Right.
Exit right.
Exit right. They can bypass.
They can also
Keep left.
bypass.
Colorado flag. Where's the cat? Cat, you need to come to my other side. I can't drive that way. I gotta drive. Here you go. Yeah. Good cat. Or my right side. Gotta do the drive with my left hand.
You know, I'm picturing what that cat is doing.
Oh, he's down. He's just like wants to be petted. He's like underneath my right hand on the. I'm giving a back scratch. This is the tabby, Mishka. Are you gonna squat down now? Probably wants to sit on my lap or something. I like to get up on the table. Like, you know, I'll move my keyboard for them sometimes. Why am I going 40 miles an hour? Come on, let's go faster. Truck. Interstate. Good. Downtown Denver. Denver city limit. What? Headlight usage.
Yeah, I'm tired too.
Yeah, this will be our last run.
Yeah.
I kind of slept in today. I guess I stayed up late last night, past midnight. That's probably why I'm tired. Slept till 9.
I was up late last night too.
Keep left.
Patterns under the bridges and on the walls. Can't
Those-
really.
Patterns?
There's some kind of patterns on the walls there. I don't know. Might just be the.
Some kind of local design. Colorado Springs has been discovered. So the cats are settling down for another nap period.
Keep left.
When did we first start playing
Keep left.
Convoy together? Was that 2 years ago? Mid-June? Early June?
Sounds about right.
The gray cat is up in the cat tree, grooming herself and getting ready for a nap. The other cat's bothering me again. Meow. What do you need? Just attention?
in front of me and immediately brake check me. Brilliant move.
Pueblo.
Keep left. Keep left.
I have played this game off stream and like almost fallen asleep while driving.
Yeah, it can do that to you.
Yeah, it's kind of like real life. Although I really don't have that problem very much in real life. There's been a couple times when I was doing door dashing. Couple long days.
I am feeling the fatigue setting in right now, though.
Yeah, I kind of want to lay down.
Definitely going to be going straight to bed after this, I think.
Yeah. I'm tempted. I'll see. Gotta take my Benadryl. My double dose. Get me through the night. Tomorrow I'll try to do some art, do some read some books. I was gonna do more cleaning around the house, cleaning organization. I didn't get around to that today. What is this traffic in the middle of nowhere? I think we have one. I feel like we have one of those mods on. It adds the extra traffic, and you're like in the middle of Utah, some rural interstate, like all kinds of traffic.
Walsenburg, Colorado.
Colorado. Like to get out to Colorado again. Just got to drive across Kansas. So yeah, South Dakota. So you could probably get Mount Rushmore, Corn Palace.
Keep left.
I bet they do a Badlands viewpoint. Sturgis.
Oh, definitely.
They'll probably do Vermilion as one of the cities. That's the only city I've ever been to in South Dakota is Vermilion. I went to South Dakota State for some sort of conference.
Steve Lawrence, wake me up.
Wake me up before you go.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
Oh, some sad news today. The singer for one of the singers for Aha says he's been diagnosed with Parkinson's. One of the great alternative groups of the 80s. Why are we driving slow, Mr. Truck in front of us? Yeah, it's like 10:45 where you're at.
It is.
Bedtime.
Yeah, usually I'm pretty good to go,
Yeah.
but just didn't sleep good last night. Stayed up late, and I'm feeling it now.
Keep left.
Farmington. Yeah, I've been able to drive my roommate's car this past week. It's been fun to get back, drive again. Take that stuff for granted. I haven't driven a car in like 2 months. I need to get back to playing GeoGuessr Duels, the league competition. They've taken 2 weeks. I think I take 2 weeks off. Looks. I feel like it's only been 1 week.
That'll keep me awake a little more.
What'd you do?
I switched my fan over to full blast,
Uh,
hoping that'll keep me awake a little more.
yeah.
I'm struggling a bit on this final run here.
Oh yeah, it's kind of a boring drive, and I haven't run out of things to say. I didn't have coffee this afternoon. Got some Quick Trip coffee for lunch. Went to Trader Joe's. Unfortunately, it's not going to be light before we get there, it looks like.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. But the moon peeking out over there. That was a close shave.
La Luna. The moon. Oh, we get off the highway here.
Keep
Oh.
right. And
My
then
hand,
exit right.
my hand is falling asleep.
Exit right.
Some of that trouble too.
Just an
Get
old.
ready to turn left. Turn left.
Now we get to do the 2-lane driving.
This desert.
Hey, one of my drivers made $5,000.
Nice. I had a couple thousand come in since we started. My driver leveled up.
Yeah. Yeah, this last 200 miles is kind of brutal.
Yeah. Just empty desert at night.
And now we get on the interstate again.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Yeah, my hand's falling asleep. My driving fingers.
Tell you, the aliens better be grateful that we're delivering this fruit juice.
Yep. We need some well-hydrated aliens. They got important work to do, abducting Americans.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Oh, we got a historic Route 66?
Exit right.
That's Rex. Store 66.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Stay awake. 117 miles.
100, yes, very, very close. Don't let the aliens abduct us. We can do it. This must be very scenic during the day.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
This way station.
Did you get to bypass it?
I'll tell you one thing, I'm not doing this way station. It's a pain in the ass and I'm tired.
Yeah. Almost there. It doesn't help that it's a straight line road.
No, no, it doesn't.
Go straight on.
Roswell. Close, 17 miles.
Go straight on.
Oh, fingers. Oh. Oh. Yeah, this has been very. Oh. Oh. No, I'm not helping, am I?
Almost there. Almost there.
Go straight on.
Okay, like, let's move it. Move it, move it, move it.
Sadly, it looks like we gotta drive all the way to the other side of town.
Ah. Game. Cruel. Means we have to go through all these stoplights. Oh boy.
Go straight on. Go straight on. Go straight on.
Okay. Well, chat, we're going to wrap this up here in a few minutes. Been nice to stream again this weekend. Another convoy.
Thank you for having me once again.
Yep.
It's been fun as always.
Thank you for joining us. It has been good.
Keep left and then turn left. Turn left. Turn right. Get ready to turn left.
Global Mills.
Turn left. You have arrived at your destination. Your route guidance is now finished.
All right. Let me get out of your way.
Skip. Turn around.
I just skipped it.
Codex paying decent money for that, though. Edging ever closer to being able to do a complete restoration of my truck.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, well, thank you once again for having me.
Okay. You have a good week, Horsey.
Thank you, you too. And I'll see you again soon.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, chat. That's going to be it for me for tonight. Have a good week. Maybe I'll stream again sometime soon this week. Minecraft is probably up next. Fit it in maybe Tuesday night, Wednesday night. Anyway, good night.